You're watching South Asia Newsline and here are the top stories we are tracking for you on Monday, the 11th of August. India's PM takes a jibe at Trump's dead economy remarks, reaffirms nation's rapid economic growth. India slams Pakistan Army chief nuclear rhetoric, calls it Pakistan's stock in trade. And surge in dengue death cases in Bangladesh, August could bring more severe outbreak. And now for all the details. Prime Minister Narendra Modi this past weekend took a jibe at US President Donald Trump's recent dead economy remark targeting India as he highlighted country's rapid economic growth and its march towards becoming one of the world's top 3 economies. Addressing an event on Sunday, PM Modi said India is world's fastest growing economy and is on the path to become one of the top 3 major economies. The remarks come amid escalating tensions between New Delhi and Washington after Trump imposed a 25% tariff on Indian goods, later doubling it to 50% over New Delhi's refusal to halt oil purchases from Russia. Responding to the tariffs, India's Foreign Ministry in a statement condemned the tariff imposition and said that the country will take all necessary actions to protect its national interest and that it reiterates these actions as unfair, unjustified and unreasonable. Indian Prime Minister in a statement earlier last week had also declared that the welfare of Indian farmers remains non-negotiable and he is prepared to pay a very heavy price if needed to protect their interests.
आज भारत दुनिया की फास्टेस्ट ग्रोइंग मेजर इकोनॉमी है। पिछले 11 इयर्स में हमारी इकोनॉमी 10वें नंबर से टॉप 5 में पहुंच गई। हम बहुत तेजी से टॉप 3 इकोनॉमी बनने की ओर आगे बढ़ रहे हैं। ये स्पीड हमें कैसे मिली है? ये स्पीड हमें रिफॉर्म, परफॉर्म, ट्रांसफॉर्म की स्पिरिट से मिली है।
And hours after Pakistan Army Chief Field Marshal Asim Munir made nuclear threat against India, New Delhi has termed his remarks as nuclear sabre-rattling, the stock in trade of Islamabad. In a sharp-worded statement, India's Foreign Ministry spokesperson Randhir Jaiswal said the remarks reflect the irresponsibility inherent in Pakistan's leadership and heighten global concerns over the integrity of nuclear command and control in state where the military is hand in glove with terrorist groups. The statement also expressed regret that the comments were made from a soil of a friendly third country, vowing that India will not give in to nuclear blackmail and will take all necessary steps to safeguard its security. Munir, during an official visit to the United States, reportedly declared that Pakistan, if faced with an existential threat, would take half the world down with it. He also threatened to destroy any future Indian-built dam on the Indus River with 10 missiles. Munir's anti-India rhetoric came a day after Indian Air Force Chief, Air Chief Marshal AP Singh made a major disclosure that India has shot down 5 Pakistani fighter jets and another military aircraft during clashes in May. Addressing a public event, Singh said most of the Pakistani aircraft were destroyed by India's Russian-made S-400 surface-to-air missile system, citing electronic tracking data to confirm the strikes. Addressing a public event, Singh said most of the Pakistani aircraft were destroyed by India's Russian-made S-400 surface-to-air missile system, citing electronic tracking data to confirm the strikes. He did not specify the types of fighter jets down but said airstrikes also targeted an additional surveillance plane and a few F-16 fighters parked in hangars at 2 air bases in southeastern Pakistan. This is actually the largest ever recorded surface-to-air kill, he stated, drawing applause from an audience that included serving Air Force officers, veterans and government and industry officials. Pakistan, whose Air Force mainly operates Chinese-made jets and US F-16s, has previously denied that India downed any of its aircraft during the May 7 to 10 clashes between the nuclear-armed neighbours. Islamabad claims it shot down 6 Indian aircraft but has yet to provide any evidence. India has acknowledged some losses but rejected Pakistan's figures.
We have at least 5 fighters confirmed killed and 1 large aircraft, which could be either an Elint aircraft or an AWNC aircraft, which was taken out at a distance of about 300 kilometers. This is the actually largest ever recorded surface-to-air kill that we can talk about.
Meanwhile, traders in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan continued their protest against what they called as illegal taxation by authorities. They alleged despite their protest being peaceful, they are facing unlawful detentions by the authorities. We have a report.
Traders in Pakistan-occupied Gilgit-Baltistan continued their protest at the Source Triport to put an end to customs delays and federal taxes on imports. A July 2024 court ruling that exempts traders from certain federal taxes, however, they alleged Pakistan's customs officials still continue to enforce them. Protesting traders now allege unlawful detentions by authorities aimed at derailing their movement.
मेरी मजबूरी है बैठना क्योंकि मुझे पता है कि मेरे कौम के नौजवानों को सब जुल्म हो रहा है ऊपर मेरे साथ नहीं हो रहा ठीक है ये बात क्लियर बताऊं आपको मेरे साथ कोई जुल्म मुजाहिदी ऊपर नहीं है मैं उन नौजवानों के जिनके मसले हैं जिनके कंटेनर्स हैं जिनको नाजायज जो बनता ही नहीं है ऐसे जाली टैक्सेस बनाए हैं उसके लिए ये कायम किया है हमने एक पॉइंट ये दूसरा पॉइंट है कि गिलगित-बाल्टिस्तान के अंदर सेल टैक्स इनकम टैक्स होल्डिंग टैक्स जो भी है ये आईन पाकिस्तान कहता है मैं नहीं कहता हूँ आपके सुप्रीम कोर्ट ऑफ पाकिस्तान के फैसले कहते हैं हमारे ऊपर लागू नहीं हो रहा है अब जब ये खत्म होगा किसको फायदा होगा चलो 290 कंटेनर उनको फायदा होंगे जिनका माल है अगर इनकम टैक्स टैक्स एग्जाम होता गिलगित-बाल्टिस्तान के बच्चे जो माए बहन घरों में हैं और हमारे जो बुजुर्ग उन सबको फायदा होगा.
Amid escalating tensions with the authorities, traders say their protest is a peaceful one. They are raising voices against the unjust taxations and they continue their demands for constitutional rights. With authorities still unresponsive and the tensions keep rising, the traders have upped the ante. Protesting traders warn if their demands don't get fulfilled, the protest might turn into a huge movement.
ना करे गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के लोगों को उनका आईनी हक लेने दे और इंशाअल्लाह ताला अपने कानून के अंदर रह के आईन के अंदर रह के जो हमारा जायज़ मुतालबा है जो गिलगित बल्तिस्तान के वासियों के ऊपर जो गैर कानूनी टैक्सेस लग रहा है उसके खिलाफ हम खड़े हैं. हम खड़े रहेंगे जब तक इसका नफाज उठाया नहीं जाता.
आप कभी नहीं कह सकते हम पे गद्दार या मुल्क दुश्मन कभी कह ही नहीं सकते आप वहां भी हक भी नहीं देते. लेकिन मेरे मुल्क के मेरे वतन के वासियों के साथ ये जुल्म हम बार बार कहते हैं हम पाकिस्तानी है पाकिस्तानी सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहता है कि नहीं आप लोग पाकिस्तानी नहीं हो. आपका आईन कहता है कि ये पाकिस्तान के टेरिटरी से बाहर है.
Moving on, amid Afghanistan's deepening socio-economic crisis and crackdown on human rights, the country is now facing the brunt of fresh wave of refugee repatriation from both Iran and Pakistan. We have a report.
Amid Afghanistan's deepening socio-economic crisis and crackdown on human rights, Afghanistan faces the brunt of Pakistan's fresh wave of refugee repatriation. Aid groups have warned about the influx of returnees and the levels of risks it possesses to Afghanistan's destabilizing economy. In the latest wave of deportation, dozens of Afghan refugee families, including women, children and elderly, were evicted from their homes under Pakistan's crackdown on documented refugees. With no aid from authorities or NGOs, the refugees said they had endured police raids, food shortages and the constant fear of deportation to Taliban-ruled Afghanistan. Pakistan has given September 1st deadline for all documented Afghan refugees to leave. Their deportation has already started ahead of the deadline according to the UNHCR. Pakistan's repatriation plan has drawn criticism from rights groups. Over 2.1 million Afghans have already fled back this year, overwhelming Afghanistan's collapsed economy. Despite a supposed grace period, evictions continued, leaving refugees in legal limbo.
مونږ په یونیسیار په هیله دلته راغلي یو مونږ کولی نشو دوباره افغانستان ته ځو ولې دلته راغلي یو چې مونږ واپس ځو هر څوک ځان هلته په خطر کې دي مکتبونه هلته بند دي دانشګاه بند دي کارونه بند دي نو مونږ کولی نشو چې هلته ځو نو دا د یونیسیار وظیفه دي دا خاص وظیفه دي د یونیسیار چې زمونږ کارونه وکړي زمونږ په کیسونه کې پرمختګ راوړي
कि ये लोग कुछ हो गए जिम्मेदार कौन है यूनिसियर है ह्यूमन राइट्स है यूएन है व ये मुल्क पाकिस्तान है अगर कुछ हो गए हम लोग साथ दो हमारा हम लोग खूनी नहीं है हम लोग जान बचाना इधर आना है
Afghans along the border with Iran are facing the same plight. Yasir, a 16-year-old born and raised in Iran, is among more than 1 million Afghans deported amid rising regional tensions. He recounted his exhausting 14-hour journey from Iran to Afghanistan, marked by discrimination along the way. Before boarding the bus, Iranian authorities demanded 1 million Iranian tomans from him and being on Iranian soil. Inside the camp in Afghanistan, Yasir and his elder brother queued at a SIM card registration center while families around them waited under the canvas shelter for food and assistance. Despite the upheaval, Yasir remains hopeful. "My biggest dream is to become a football player and play for the national team," he said. "I also want to study and learn to read and write so that I can do it properly." As he helped his brother load their luggage onto a trolley and exited the camp, Yasir took his first steps into the country he had never known, searching for stability, dignity and a future.
کلانترین آرزویم که اینه فوتبالیست شو و به تیم ملی بازی کنم ولی خیلی دوست دارم درس بخونم و سواد یاد بگیرم که بتونم بنویسم بخونم.
And Bangladesh is witnessing a sharp surge in dengue cases, with health experts warning of a potentially severe outbreak in August and peak infections in September if urgent measures are not taken. According to official data, the mosquito-borne disease has killed 101 people and infected 24,183 this year so far. Sharp rise in cases and fatalities is placing a severe burden on the nation's overstretched healthcare system, especially in poor and rural areas. 19 people have already died of dengue so far in August, following 41 deaths in July, more than double June's 19 fatalities. While stressing on the critical situation, experts say the virus is already widespread across the country, and if immediate action is not taken by the authorities, hospitals will be overwhelmed. Climate change along with humidity and rain pose a high risk for breeding of Aedes mosquitoes, which carries the dengue virus. While Dhaka remains a major hotspot, infections are surging in rural districts as well, putting additional pressure on under-equipped healthcare facilities. Health officials are urging people to use mosquito repellents, sleep under nets and clear stagnant water to curb the spread. With the peak dengue season still ahead, health experts have stressed that community participation alongside government-led mosquito control will be critical in preventing what could become one of Bangladesh's worst outbreaks this year. The deadliest year on record was 2023, with 1,705 deaths and more than 3,21,000 infections reported. Marking the annual celebration of Gai Jatra in Nepal's Kathmandu, thousands of people marched through Basantapur Durbar Square dressed as cows to honor and pray for the salvation of their departed loved ones. Observed every August, the festival gathers families who have lost someone within the past year to take part in a symbolic and spiritual procession. Gai Jatra, rooted in the Newar community and believed to have started in 500 Nepal Sambat, is based on the belief that the deceased cross a legendary river on their way to heaven by holding on to the tail of a cow. To aid this journey, people of all ages wear cow costumes or traditional attire and walk through the courtyards and alleyways of Kathmandu Durbar Square, a UNESCO World Heritage Site. Bereaved families offer fruits, curd, beaten rice, bread and money to those participating in the procession, including those dressed as cows. Today, Gai Jatra remains a powerful tradition that blends remembrance, celebration and communal healing, continuing to preserve Nepal's deep-rooted cultural and spiritual heritage.
खास चाहिँ विशेष गरेर चाहिँ नि यो घरी परिवारमा चाहिँ नि आफ्नो पिता माता दाजुभाइ जो पनि कोही पनि बितेको छ भनेदेखि वर्षमा एकचोटि चाहिँ नि घरबाट गाई बनाएर मान्छेलाई नै गाई बनाएर एउटा जोगी र एउटा गाईको रूपमा निकालेर चाहिँ नि यो काठमाडौँमा परिक्रमा गर्ने एउटा चलन छ.
That's all in tonight's edition. We will see you same time tomorrow. Good night.